Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you guys are new. I am Shu. So I know that I was supposed to be filming my makeup declutter video, sort of like makeup reorganization video, but more so condensing down. I will probably get to that this weekend, which is right around the corner. But I wanted to touch on a topic of a successful no buy and low buy tips if you guys are starting your first no buy or low buy this year, 2025. I did an unannounced low buy slash no buy last year, and I didn't really hold myself accountable because I didn't want to be so harsh on myself, which I did announce that I was going to be on a no buy in 2019, but then the panini hit, 2020 came, and I relapsed really badly. I was making a whole list of things that I wanted to buy. I used my beauty YouTube as an excuse, the beauty YouTube channel that I have right now, as an excuse to be buying more things that I don't need. I was telling myself that, oh, I'm going to be creating more content if I buy like 3,000 more eyeshadow palettes, which I bought more, but I couldn't keep up with my own pace. And every time I got my hands on like the new eyeshadow palette, it was already too old and it was too late for me to upload that content anyways because I miss that time. So it was a lot of invisible pressure that I had put on myself, and I just don't want to be in that rabbit hole anymore where I am constantly being bombarded with these new makeup releases, like endless makeup releases, and I'm pretty sure there are new eyeshadow palettes releases out there, and I don't remember the last time I had looked up Trend Moods Instagram page, and it's been quite some times now. So I'm proud of myself for having a shift in the mindset. So anyways, the point of this video is I want to give you guys some tips if you are starting your first low buy, no buy this year, specifically on makeup, skincare, clothing, shoes, and even coffee, and etc. So if you guys want to hear my tips, stay tuned. So the first one is to track all expenses, and I created an Excel sheet for the previous year of 2024. I went over every single one of my credit card statements and my bills and everything. I just jotted all down, everything on the Excel sheet. And you guys, I did pretty well last year. I didn't do any frivolous spending, especially on makeup. It was like I bought maybe a couple of replacements, so the whole year I probably only spent about less than $50 on makeup products, which is insane to me because usually I think that I can hit close to, I want to say $700 or $500 in a year on makeup items alone, which is pretty sad, actually. Pretty sad and pathetic. I'm doing better now, you guys. I'm doing better. So it's so important to track your expenses because then you'll see exactly where you need to work on, especially if you're spending out too much on coffee, too much on skincare products, too much on shoes or etc. You can see it. It's literally in front of you if you track these expenses, and it might help you hit that pause button if you're overspending on certain categories. So I will definitely start with that, tracking all expenses. Number 2, to keep a realistic budget on certain things. I think budgeting is really important. I usually don't think about budgeting when I want things. I need to have it, I need to get it, and if I don't get it, I can't really sleep. That's all I think about. Like this camera, for 2 months I've been contemplating whether I should pull that trigger, and I'm glad that I did, because I am creating content now instead of thinking about what to consume next, At least this is helping me be more creative, So you need to keep a realistic budget. I think it's okay to spend if it's necessary. Anything that can help elevate your life, you should invest in it. So keep a budget. If you need a camera gear, if you're starting a YouTube channel and it will help improve your channel to get more views or whatever, invest in it. If you need certain type of clothes for a certain type of position that you're going after, invest in it. So it really depends on how you want to budget things, and that is solely up to you. Number 3, this is for my makeup girlies and guys out there. Inventory is so important, because makeup, it takes forever to use up. So I know that I did my inventory, I think I stopped around 2021 or something like that, but I need to get back on the inventory aspect of it as well, specifically makeup category. And also you can do this for skincare, for your books, your clothes, your shoes, anything. If you have over 200 pairs of shoes, that's a little bit I'm not gonna judge. If you have a closet that can hold up to 200 pairs of shoes, you do you. I am not judging by any means. But I realized that with my makeup products, I did notice that I was thinking about ways to store them, because I was running out of storage at some point, which is really ridiculous. Why do I need, why did I think about having a Sephora at home and it was somehow normalized? It is not normal at all. Looking back on it, I'm cringing, but you know what? It's okay. Everyone learns. So inventory is my 3rd tip. So number 4 is really, really important. I suggest that you don't follow or watch fashion, skincare, makeup, those beauty, home decor influencers. You don't need to. So when I decided to take action on downsizing my makeup collection, I immediately unfollowed my favorite beauty influencers, including myself. I don't rewatch my old makeup videos. Not that I ever did, but I stopped emphasizing on the aesthetics of a beauty product. And I like to imagine myself having an item like my Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes, for example. I have it all laid out on my dresser behind me, because I'm actually making use of them when I have it laid out. I don't know about you guys, but when I have things stored away, first of all, I can't see what's behind there, and I don't often reach for it. But if I lay it out where I can use my makeup products, I literally would gravitate towards them. So that's why I have some makeup sitting on my dresser and some in my bathroom with the Muji acrylic storage system. I will showcase that in a bit, but I literally use everything that's out there for me to use. So yeah, but anyway, so getting back on the tip, don't watch these influencers. If you have a shoe addiction, a makeup addiction, skincare, clothes, etc., making coffee addiction, if you have any of those addictions, don't follow them. I know it's not going to be easy, but if you can unfollow maybe just a few of them, and then it should snowball from there. If you don't see, and that's why marketing is so important, because marketing tactic is to have the item display in so many ways of usage that your brain thinks that, oh my gosh, maybe I really need that item because I see it so often. And you know what? You really, really don't need it. When I was craving for this DJI camera situation, I was literally searching every videos on YouTube, every Reddit thread. I was obsessed with it, and it really got me wanting the product more and more. But anyways, I wanted the product to begin with after like watching a few videos, so it doesn't count. But so my point being is that unfollow these influencers. Number 5 is pretty straightforward. You need to differentiate what are your needs and what are your wants. And sometimes needs and wants can be a little bit confusing, but that's why it's important to track all your expenses, come up with a budget so that you know what are your needs and what are your wants. Within that week or that month, you have to give yourself some time to come up with that thought process. It's not going to be easy at the beginning, so don't be so hard on yourself, but you need to really differentiate. What do you need? What can you live without? And if you have a wants list, maybe put it down, jot it down on your notes app or write it down on the paper and then come back to it. There's so many ways to go about it, but it really, really depends on your own personal needs and wants. Number 6, don't be too quick to buy. You need to wait. So when I discovered this DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I wanted to pull the trigger like right then and there, but I did a lot of research on it. I researched whether it would make sense for me to even invest in this camera because it is close to $700, plus tax and everything. It's $669, but it's $700. I missed my mark on the Black Friday deals last year because I'm like, it's Black Friday and I'm on a low buy and no buy. Why would I buy anything? I really wanted to buy this mic. However, now that I know that you need a receiver to make this mic work with your cameras, I don't regret purchasing this bundle any further because I have it, I'm using it, and I have a device that works well with it, so I'm not complaining. But it will be nice to have a receiver so that way I can use this mic with my main camera. That's another wants list for me. It's not a need, it's just a want item. So anyways, the whole point is wait before you pull that trigger, research on it, sleep on it, sit on it. Give yourself maybe 30 days or more. And if you still think about it after 30 days, maybe you need that item. But then again, you don't have to convince yourself if you need the item. If you go on like 90 plus days without that item, probably you don't need it. But for me, I don't know if I needed this or not, but I know that I'm making use of it now. So far I have no regrets. So number 7. If you like something, if you have your eyes set on a particular item, either wait for it to go on sale or wait until you can get some sort of cash back. And usually when I shop for things, I will go on my Rakuten, and that's how people shop these days, I think. And then, of course, use a credit card and get some money back, get something back. These days I feel like you can always get cash back, I think, for most companies, and especially huge investments, you can get something back for sure. So this is not for every single item out there, but for most items these days, I think that companies do give cash back. Number 8, do not save your card info on apps, especially if you have shopping addiction and if you use retail therapy. Please, this is going to make your life difficult and complicated, and it will probably make you rethink before adding checkout and clicking that purchase button. You will thank yourself later if you do not save your card info in any sort of apps. Number 9, and this really depends on your lifestyle, but pack your own lunch to work. And also, if you can, make your own coffee at home. I haven't purchased coffee in a while. I did, however, went to Starbucks recently because I wanted to treat my coworker. But that's like, we're almost into February. By next 2 weeks or next week or so, we're almost into February, and I went out to get coffee maybe once, weekends, maybe in a whole month. I would spend on coffee maybe 2 to 3 times in a month. And my boyfriend and I really love coffee runs, not Starbucks. I mean, I did, however, I went to Starbucks to try out their pistachio cold brew, and it was really good. But besides the point, I love supporting small local coffee shops here in LA, and there's so many cute coffee spots, which I will showcase in the future videos when I am taking out this little DJI Osmo Pocket in the future, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. Maybe in the next week, I will take you guys when my boyfriend gets back from New York. But if you can, pack your lunches at home. If you have kids and stuff, and if you do pack your kids' lunch, pack yourself some lunch. I know it's not easy. I'm not a parent. But I have been trying to pack my own lunch, and I don't eat that much. I think I eat more at night, which is not a good thing. So this way you don't have to be spending money every single day going out buying lunch. And with economy these days, everything is super expensive. When I used to work 2 jobs back in New York, I was literally eating out every single day and getting boba every single day. And how I miss those times. Anyways, last but not least, number 10. And this is going to be the hardest one, but you need to change your mindset. Have a mindset shift of pursuing simpler life with less material things. I know it's easier said than done, but I believe that most people can get there. Less is definitely more, and I definitely crave more space nowadays. I don't know why. I just don't want to be bogged down with a lot of items. And I'm from LA, and I'm sure you guys have recently heard about the fires that had happened here in LA, and things like that really gives you a different perspective about life. And I don't want to be gathering my stuff when natural disaster hits. I know that there are certain things that I want to take, and when you have less clutter in your home, I think your mind will also become more clear over time. And as somebody who's a Buddhist, I am a Buddhist, I should be meditating more, but with the monks that we pray to, they don't have much of things. They don't even have hair on their heads. They're able to let go of a lot of things, including what belongs to them. So as somebody who's Buddhist, I do believe in the afterlife, and I also think that me as myself, I know that I'm Shu, but this is the body that I'm using right now. My soul is sort of separated from my body, because I know it's gonna get a little bit morbid, but when you die, basically your body stops working. I don't know where your soul and your mind will travel to, but when your organs and everything shut down, of course, this body that you have, you literally use it up. So when we meditate as a Buddhist, we kind of separate our souls and body. like separation. That's why we focus on our breathing and stuff, to get our minds and bodies intertwining together, if that makes sense. Because I'm not a good Buddhist. I am just preaching from what I heard from my mom, because she is very, very religious, more religious after my dad had passed. But it's fascinating, because I think mindset is everything, because people can achieve great and good things when you have a really, really strong mindset, where whether you want to be a kinder person, more successful person, it just really all just depends. Everything comes down to your mindset, and I really, really do believe that. I know that I'm going on a tangent here, but I hope that my tips sort of make sense and can sort of help you guys direct into a better mindset. If you guys are just stuck on buying things just to buy things, just to collect things, just to look at pretty things, I want you guys to take a pause and really question yourself. Why are you doing this? Why do you need all of this? And can you really live without any of those, So I hope that this video helped some of you guys out there who is planning to do a no buy and low buy if you're trying to change your life, especially for well-off countries, I guess. If you're just stuck in a place where you're constantly buying things, I hope that this can help for those who are just stuck in this treadmill, this hedonic treadmill, where you cannot get off, where you need to get more and more and more and more things. I want you to take a pause, breathe. You don't need it. Put down your phone and step away from the checkout. Just don't buy it. You don't need it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want more videos about talking about low buys and no buys and my journey to becoming more of a minimalist, please make sure to subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.